Hello, welcome to week 7 of your yin practice for your spiritual mentorship. The intention of this week is to give you a little bit of time to slow down, to soften, to give yourself space for stillness. And because this week is also centered around crown chakra, crown being, of course, the top of your head physically, but also emotionally, your ability to embrace stillness, to trust and have faith in the unknown on some level. Now, for some, that means, religious connection to God or whatever else, whatever other deity. But for some, it also just means really being able to tap into the universe or into source and listen to the messages that are coming through for you. And I'll tell you that the truth is that it's probably one of the most difficult practices as a person. I know for me, my work is very much to let go of the need to know and to lean into trusting and what that looks like. And for a person who loves control, this practice is probably one of the most difficult, because we're trained as humans from the time that we're able to understand that the work is, you have to know, you need to plan, you need to have the answers, you need to make sure that you've got it sorted out, because if you don't, you could fall apart. And crown is that reminder to tell you to come back, trust, you are where you're meant to be. And it's so interesting how yoga, regardless of whatever you practice, very much lines up with that ideology of, trust, stay in the pose and just feel whatever's coming to the surface for you and allow that to be okay. So this week is more centered around lying down. The first pose that you step into will be square, as it's known in yin, or double pigeon, as it's known in a vinyasa practice. It's very simply, you stack one leg over top of the other, very similar like this. Your feet are flexed, your chest is lifted. Now, I will speak to this. This may not be possible for you. Meaning that if you have a lot of tightness, if your legs are very tight, if there's just a lot going on in your body, stacking your legs one over top of the other with your ankle kind of past your knee isn't probably going to be necessarily always attainable. So, a couple of options. You can extend your front leg, or your bottom leg, I should say, and just cross your ankle over top. Alternatively, you can come a little bit more cross-legged, but the intention for this stretch is really to get you into your hips on the outside. So if you can stack as best you can, do that, okay? The work is to try and get your ankle past your knee, as you can see here. Like I said before, feet are flexed, and then you lift and lengthen your chest. Then you come down. Now, where you go really just depends on where you're at in terms of your body. If you need to come down here, if you're here, great. If you can come further, then come further. And then if you can just, wherever you land, let go of your head and just let that drop. That will allow your body weight just to sink on top of your legs, increasing the stretch, and you'll feel more sensation in your back as well. So it gives your back an opportunity to open up. Second pose, and of course you'll repeat that on the other side. So for this pose, I would suggest at least 3 to 5 minutes if you can. If you can hold it for longer, then great. If you can't, I get it, it's intense. But as with all yin practice, the work is very much about just letting your body drop in and resisting the initial urge to fix your discomfort, which is very much about trust and allowing things to unfold as they're meant to. The second pose will be banana, which is one of my favorites. I super love it. Very, very simple. You lie on your back, extend your legs, take your arms overhead, like so. And then what you'll do is walk your feet over to the left, and then walk your arms over. And then you could cross one ankle over top of the other. So essentially you're becoming like a little banana. And what this does is it opens up your side body. So it allows you to get into your intercostal muscles and to really focus on opening up parts of you that maybe don't necessarily get a lot of space. And it's interesting what comes forward in that pose. A lot of people take it on and they find that it's really easy initially, and then as it moves through, it gets more and more intense. It's fascinating. So each side, come through center and just give yourself a moment in between, just to allow your back to reset. And then I would hold that for 5 to 8 minutes, depending on where you're at, depending on your timing and all that. And then the last pose is everyone's favorite, or at least most people's favorite, Savasana. So, because I happen to be at the studio right now, I have this lovely bolster. If you have pillows, you can place them under your knees. I'm going to recommend that you do this just because it allows your body to relax, because it's almost, well, it's not almost, it is a little bit of an inversion. And then I happen to have this lovely blanket that I'm going to use as a pillow behind my head, but feel free to wrap yourself up if you want a good blanket over your body. If you want an eye pillow, this is really good. And I'm going to ask you for this particular variation to set a timer, but you're just going to lay back, close your eyes, and be here. I'm going to ask you to set a timer so that you can lay here for 15 minutes. The reason being is this gives you an opportunity to not only practice stillness, which is so important, but it also gives you a chance to really lean into your rest. Abraham Hicks, the person that we're speaking to this week a lot in terms of your practice, is very much in line with a 15-minute meditation every day. And what that does is it helps you align yourself back in with Source, with the universe, and allows you to be that vessel that you need to be in order to manifest what you want. And so 15 minutes Savasana really allows you to land in that so that you can release more powerfully. And it really is like a meditation in that way. So I'm going to ask you to do that this week just because it's super, super powerful. As far as everything else goes, once you're complete, of course, you do what you need to do. So this practice may be actually really great for you to do before you go to bed, just because it allows your body to really decompress and to let go so that you're in that state of getting ready to fall asleep. And I think that would actually be really powerful. I will add this caveat that if you can stay awake during your Savasana, just so that you're mindfully resting and you're meditating, that will be super, super powerful. Enjoy your week. Take it slow. Tune in to those moments where you're reacting versus responding, meaning that you're mindfully taking the time just to see how you're showing up in your life. It's a very powerful way to start to tap into the practice of trust. Enjoy your week. Huge love.